Hello, my name is Patricia Olivas, and in this short video, I will share my experience in English 2 during this semester. I will reflect on the projects I work on and what I learned from them. So, at the beginning, I wrote a reflective essay about my past experiences reading and writing and my goals for the class. I talk about what I learned in Composition 1, like planning before writing and revising for clarity. I also mentioned the challenges of reading complex texts and how I overcome them with practice and support. In Model 1, I learned that writing can be used in public spaces to inform, persuade, and create a social change. We study examples like editorials, PCAs, and social media campaigns. Later, I work with my partner, Maite Villegas, and together we choose the topic of Mexican immigrations in Texas. We reflect on how this issue affects families and look at solutions from other states. We practice reverse outlining to see how texts are organized and how evidence supports ideas. I also wrote a short reflection about teamwork where I realized that reading can be more open and collaborative. Then I created an analysis plan for my project, organizing my ideas, defining my audience, and planning to write a feature article with visual and quotes. I wrote my first draft and then improved it after peer review. I added new ideas, organized paragraphs better, and made sure my sources were cited correctly in APA format. Model 3, feedback and revision. I learned how to give and receive constructive feedback. I revised my draft not only for grammar but also for clarity, organization, and audience impact. For Model 4, advocacy writing, I explore advocacy genres like op-eds and open letters and PCA. I choose to write an op-ed. Formatting is like a real publication with a headline, byline, and author bio. I focus on making my message clear and persuasive for a public audience. In Model 5, remix and multimodal advocacy, I learned how to remix my project, transforming ideas from one genre to another to reach new audiences. For example, turning an article into a social media post or a report into a podcast. I explore real advocacy campaigns and experimented with digital tools like Canva and podcast platforms to make my message more engaging. Model 6, public showcase. At the end, I revised all my projects and brought them together in a special issue. I organized them like a magazine with a cover page, table of contents, and consistent design. My feature article, op-ed, and PCA all focus on the same issue, Mexican immigration in Texas, but I use different genres and strategies to reach audience in different ways. Special issue submission. Before submitting, I checked that everything was clear, professional, and cohesive. My goal was that if someone pick up my magazine, they will understand the issue, feel engaged, and trust the content enough to keep reading.